Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of our Sheffield United career mode here on EAFC 24. We're back today with episode 41 and we're going to be playing out our final 7 league games of the season as well as the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley. We kick off today's episode with a trip to the Emirates where a win will see us have one hand on the title. So as I said in the intro, I think a win here will put us, we're already in pole position, but will put us within touching distance of that Premier League trophy. I think with the running that we've got left, we've had most of our trickier games, and our final 6 after this is certainly a lot nicer than the recent fixtures we've had to endure with the likes of Spurs, City and Chelsea, as well as Sucic. Oh, it's off the woodwork. Should have finished that. Sucic, who's not quite been himself since he's come back from his injury. João Pedro. Kirkes storming down the left. And Sucic in the middle. There he is. Luka Sucic missed a chance in the opening few minutes, but he's not going to miss that one. Coming in at the back post and steers it into that bottom corner to give us the lead. Ibrahim, that's you. Well done. Dom. Back to Luka as we look to double our advantage. It's brilliant. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, that is wonderful. Just before the whistle, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's on track to win the Golden Boot this year, scores a brilliant second goal to extend our advantage. Look at this. Little ball roll. Lovely bit of skill round Ramsdale. And then just passes it into the open net. Not an easy finish from a tight angle, with Ramsdale diving at his feet, but Dom finds the net. Blades lead by 2. Well, I'll tell you what, Arsenal haven't really threatened in this second half, and we've been pretty comfortable, and Jebbison has a chance to wrap it up. Daniel Jebbison off the bench makes it 3. Very limited minutes in the Premier League this season, but we know we can always count on Daniel Jebbison. 3-0, 3 points in the bag. So that win now moves us 7 points clear of both Arsenal and Manchester United, with all 3 of us having played 32 games. 6 left with a 7-point gap is very healthy, and we now turn our attention to the FA Cup semi-final as we take on Mikel Arteta's side once again, this time at Wembley, looking to make it to the final. Come on, you Blades. So here we go, Arsenal again for the second time in a week. And I quite often feel that once you play a team like twice in a week or in consecutive games, quite often if you get the better of them in the first game, they completely turn up in the second. We've had it a few times this season. We played Man City twice right at the start of the campaign in the Super Cup and the Community Shield. Beat them in one, lost a week later. We had a similar thing when we faced West Ham in the FA Cup. And then the league a week later in the previous episode, or possibly the one before that. So, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. It's difficult to do the double over a team in such a short space of time, and they're always out for revenge. Arsenal have made a promising start here. Nilos. And this is his competition this season. And here's Evan Ferguson. Fires us into an early lead. The Irishman scores at Wembley and celebrates in front of those Blades fans. Ibrahim goes long to Evan. Look at the time he's got. And Sucic is ahead of him with Nilos making that burst. Nilos gets there. Nilos away from his man, couldn't get the shot away in time, and Ramsdale will gather lots of opportunity for us on the counter-attack today. If we get it right, we can get in. I find it so funny that the other FA Cup semi-finals played at the same time in career mode. Obviously, normally the 2 FA Cup semi-finals are both played at Wembley on different days, but in FIFA they seem to be on the same day, which doesn't really make much sense. But Spurs lead Manchester United in the other semi-final, so if we do manage to hold on, it looks like we'll be taking on Arsenal's North London rivals, unless Manchester United can turn it around in the second half. Still 45 to play and lots of work to be done. Well, Vlahovic is on for the Gunners, but I still think there's a chance for us to get a second on the break, and it might come here. Evan Ferguson Luka Sucic, oh, what a finish. And the chance wouldn't present itself for Evan, so he got his head up and found his teammate Luka in the middle, who smashes in to make it 2, and with 20 minutes to play, that should be us into the final. Well, I think that is going to do it, as Gabriel fires the shot in at Ramsdale. But Arsenal, pretty poor in all honesty, didn't really create much at all. And it is the Blades for the 2nd year in a row who will return to Wembley at the end of May for the FA Cup as we look to retain our trophy that we won last season. Let's see who it is that we will face in the final. Will it be Spurs or will it be Manchester United? Well, as we sim through to the Fulham game up next away at the Cottage, bid here for Nilos Kaya, which obviously we are going to reject, growing really nicely up to 78 overall now. But we'll see who it is that we will face in the FA Cup final. Spurs were winning at half-time, and it will be... It is Postecoglou's side, Tottenham Hotspur, in the final. But if you have a look at the league standings, currently down in 10th place, so I'd say we definitely would rather have faced them than Manchester United, who are in 3rd. And yeah, I think we'll be serious favourites for that. But attention turns back to the Premier League now as we take on Fulham, who are just above the relegation zone at the moment, so desperate for points themselves as we look to close out the campaign and pick up this Premier League title. Come on, you Blades. So all 3 points here vital for both teams. Fulham looking to escape that bottom 3, and for us looking to clinch the Premier League trophy as Dom has Seamus in support. Brilliant ball, and Matthews just wasn't anticipating that at the back post. Sangare runs onto it, oh, and lets fly. Positive start from the Blades as we look for that opening goal. Fulham trying to press us here. Seamus round the corner to Matthews, and he's got Ramsey with him, and it's back to Matthews. Dangerous this as Matthews swings across in. Calvert-Lewin, nice off the woodwork, and that is usually DCL's bread and butter, and it cannons off the post and Fulham survive. Renchi down this right hand side looking to get away from Montero, and he's done well there, Renchi. Back onto his left foot, swings the cross in. João Pedro, oh! Decent effort on the volley, and the former West Ham man, Alphonse Areola, keeps it out. Corner which Matthews will swing in, looking for João Pedro. Will come out only as far as Allen. Back to Matthews, who was onside. Calvert-Lewin, oh, that's a brilliant header. That is class from DCL. Missed the earlier chance with his head, hitting the woodwork, but makes no mistakes with this one. Well, that is goal number 29 for Dominic Calvert-Lewin in the Premier League this season. And I've said for the past 2 years that if he can keep himself fit, he will be at the top of those goal-scoring charts. He's done it this season, touch wood, not had any major injuries. And I think he's featured in every Premier League game this campaign, and that is shown with his goal-scoring returns. Now, Kerkez down the left. Kerkez with Dom in support. Oh my goodness. Oh, Calvert-Lewin, that was so close. What a way that would have been to hit goal number 30 of the season in the Premier League. Hits both posts and falls to Areola as Fulham survive. Fulham still going in the hunt of an equalising goal here, and trouble here. Oh, I don't believe it. Cali Muendo heads in the equaliser with just a few minutes to play. It's been all Blades pressure, but one long ball over the top, and well, I don't think Gavin should be getting beaten from there. Looping header, but it looks as if Fulham will snatch a point at the death. So Burnley up next away at Turf Moor as Arsenal close the gap to just 5 points. Stumbling a little bit, but as long as we get over the line, I don't care if we have to stumble. Come on, you Blades. Gabriel has to check. Finds Luka. Into Cam in the middle. What a hit. And Cameron Archer back amongst the goals. trademark celebration, and we hit early here at Turf Moor. Exactly what we needed. Offloads to Hayden. We've done well to keep hold of the ball there. Gabriel. Calvert-Lewin flicks it on. A bit of an unorthodox save, but Peacock Farrell does get there to turn it behind for the corner. That corner's into Dom, and you know the rest. Goal number 30 in the Premier League this season for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Gabriel fires that into Carlos. Evan ahead of him, and Evan surely for 3. There it is. Game over. Evan Ferguson wraps up the victory, and it's our perfect 3-0 scoreline. Job done. 3 points coming back to Sheffield. So the gap now restored to 8 points at the top of the table after Arsenal dropped points away at the Etihad. It feels like it's just a matter of time, as Palace up next at Bramall Lane as we look to extend that gap even further. Yeah, win here could potentially extend the gap to 11 points with just 3 games to play. So we could seal it today as Dom fires in his 31st of the season. We could seal it today if Arsenal drop points in their fixture, as we'd go 11 clear with just 9 points left to play for. And Calvert-Lewin puts us off to the perfect start, heading in from Luca's corner, and the Blades lead. Ibrahim, great tackle. Luca into Cam. Oh, poor tackle that. Only a yellow could easily have been a red for Garcia, but free kick in a dangerous position here. Gonna hit it with Luca, as he scored a few already this save. Going for lots of power. Sucic. Oh, it's brilliant from Luca. What a hit. Take a bow, because that is incredible from Luca. We've scored a few throughout the course of this save, but I think that is the best. Kisses the post on its way in, keeper nowhere near it. And Luca, well, he's back, baby. Yeah, Palace been all at sea in this first half. Hayden, Renchi into the penalty area. Renchi pulled across to Dom, it's 3. Palace completely falling apart at Bramall Lane here. Ibrahim, João Pedro, Gabriel on the run. Gabriel stops, rolls it in for Luca. And there's our 4th. Taking our foot off the gas, but Luca doubles up after his brilliant free kick in the first half. 4-0, and that will do it. Well, guys, as we head back into the menus, we'll find out how Arsenal got on. And it looks as if they may have lost again. They did. They lost at Chelsea. And I believe that makes us Premier League champions. 10 clear of City, who can't catch us, and 11 clear of Arsenal, who now cannot catch us either. So it's done. Blades are Premier League champions for the first time in this save. And what an anticlimax as well. It wasn't like last year where it went down to the final day, but we've comfortably been the best side in the league this year. So we will, of course, play out the final 3 games of the Premier League campaign, kicking off with our first of those 3 away at the City ground as we take on Nottingham Forest, and still some individual accolades to try and wrap up between now and the end of the season, with Calvert-Lewin still being chased down by Erling Haaland for the Golden Boot. Sucic making a late run for the assist title. And I want to get Gavin Bazunu to 20 clean sheets as well. Come on, you Blades. With there now not really being a huge amount to play for in these final games, I am just going to skim over the last 3 pretty quickly. I'll show you all the goals, of course, but the highlights will be pretty condensed as Dom just does what he does and heads in the opener from the corner. Another assist for Luca, which draws him level at the top of the assist-making charts, and Calvert-Lewin pulls away from Erling Haaland. Just need the clean sheet for Gavin now as well. I'd absolutely love for Calvert-Lewin to best Erling Haaland to the Golden Boot, and if he did it by beating his goal record of last season in the Premier League of 36, then that would be quite something. So he's got a long way to go, but I'd love DCL to beat 36. Ibrahim through the gap to Luca. And Dom ahead of him. Calvert-Lewin. There we go. 2-0 as he rifles it in. And he brings his tally to 34. 3 more to beat Erling Haaland's record. Last minute corner for Forest here. Looking to keep that clean sheet intact for Gavin, who comes, punches, and anywhere will do for Seamus. There's the full-time whistle. 2 goals for DCL, an assist for Luca, another 2 goals for Calvert-Lewin, and a clean sheet for Gavin, which takes him to 20 for the season. West Brom, the Baggies, up next at home in what is, I believe, our final home game of the season. So the Baggies, West Brom up next at Bramall Lane. It's actually not our final home game of the season as we face Leeds here on the final Sunday of the Premier League campaign. But still looking to win all of our final games. So 3 points here, please. Come on, you Blades. So looking to put right our loss from earlier on in the season at the Hawthorns. We all knew it was coming as Carlos, big opportunity. We all knew it was coming just due to the state of play with us being right at the top of the table and West Brom being winless. But now the pressure's off, I'm expecting us to pick up all 3 points here. And I'd like another clean sheet for Gavin. Dom, space out wide for Kerkez, and he's found him. Miloš in behind, and Kerkez opens the scoring. We love Miloš Kerkez, and we love to see him getting on the score sheet. Assist this time for Calvert-Lewin, no goal. And it's the Hungarian left-back who opens the scoring for us. That's a poor ball, well cut out. And now Hayden into Carlos and on to Calvert-Lewin. What a save to deny DCL. Carlos will swing the corner in. It's looking for Malik, who doesn't get many. And I think that might be his first of the season and possibly even his first for the club. The big German heads in the second and the Blades are heading for another victory. That's a good ball through. Cleary. Not sure who this lad is. Oh, what a hit. Looks like he might be a regen, keeping Josh Maja out of the team. And Cleary smashes into that far corner and denies Bazunu the clean sheet. Game back on. I mean, we've been in control. I don't see West Brom being able to fight back as Calvert-Lewin. There we go. Gets his goal. And I think that's number 35 for the season. Now 1 behind equaling Erling Haaland and 2 offsetting a new record. DCL does it once again. Free kick for West Brom here. Cleary's over it, and I think he fancies it. Oh my goodness, who is this lad? What a hit from Cleary. And West Brom are not giving up on getting something out of this game. 3-2, absolute cracker. Kerkez wins it back. Jefferson. Luca. Souza back to Luca. And now Calvert-Lewin. Hat-trick. And an assist for Luca. And Calvert-Lewin draws level with Erling Haaland on 36 Premier League goals in the season. Oh, well, that's poor. And João Pedro makes it 5. Terrible from Pascal Struijk at the back, and a tap-in for the Brazilian. Well, that will do it at Bramall Lane. And I'm not sure if we're going to get the trophy presentation today or if it will be on the final day. But the celebrations are there. A 5-2 victory in front of our home crowd. And what a performance from the Blades today. A hat-trick for DCL. And that draws him level with Erling Haaland on 36 Premier League goals in a single season, and still 1 more game to see if he can extend it. And there is the Premier League trophy. It's our first of the save, and Anel, the captain, the OG, here since day 1, will lift the trophy for the first time for Sheffield United. What a moment for Anel and the rest of the boys, and we've deserved it over the course of the season. Despite that mini blip, we have been the best team. And with Leeds to come on the final day, we can go out there knowing that everything is wrapped up. We've also got that FA Cup final against Arsenal still to come. So as we head into the final day of the Premier League season, we ended up winning it by a bit of a landslide. It was all pretty close below us, but us miles out ahead. There are still a couple of things up for grabs. Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United and Man City all going for the top four. One of those teams will miss out. As for everything else, it's all pretty much wrapped up. Newcastle look like they'll finish in 6th with Villa in 7th. Liverpool, really poor season for them in 10th. And the bottom 3, well, we know that West Brom are gone. But for Wolves, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Burnley, Leicester, Brighton and West Ham, all of those teams could still go down on the final day. With very little to play for, I know that I can send a few of our players off with a nice farewell, the likes of Kyle Walker and a few of the other guys who may not be here next season. Still looking for Calvert-Lewin to score to overtake Haaland's record as we look to set. And Luka Sucic looks to hold off Marcus Rashford as he goes in hunt of the assist title. Come on, you Blades. So I've given starts to a few of the fringe players today. Kyle Walker at right back, who of course is retiring, and Harry Maguire starts at centre back. I thought I'd give them both a start in this one. As João Pedro, all decent effort and well turned away. Oh, that's a brilliant ball. What a save by Gavin Bazunu. Looking to keep that clean sheet intact. You can see what it means to him. Should have been 1-0 to the away side, but Gavin keeps us in the game as Walker blocks that effort. Bogle down to Paredes, potentially playing his final game for the club today. And Luka lays it off for Gus. Harmer, 1-0. And Gustavo, who was nearly let go in the summer, we gave him a new contract and he's been a vital component of this team this season. Luka with another assist, which should hopefully see him wrap up the assist title, and Gus opens the scoring for the Blades. I have to say, I was really hoping it was Calvert-Lewin running onto that Sucic through ball. As Kyle Walker given a retirement present by Ben Sabini. Harmer into Jaden into Paredes, and Jaden's on the move once again. Jaden comes for Paredes now. Ibrahim and Gus and Calvert-Lewin prods it home. A new Premier League record for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who beats Erling Haaland's record of 36 goals in a Premier League season. He's gone one better. It's 37 for Dom, who pokes it into that far corner. Well, there is the whistle at Bramall Lane, and it is a clean sheet for Harry Maguire and Kyle Walker in that back line. DCL sets the new record for most goals in a Premier League season, and the Blades are Premier League champions, as we knew already, for the first time. Brilliant way to end off today's episode. And we'll be back in the next one for that big FA Cup final against Spurs at Wembley. Come on, you Blades. So then, guys, that is where we will leave it for today. Ended up winning the league by 13 points ahead of Manchester City, who ended up finishing in second. But we were the top scorers, and we had by far the best defence in the league and were outright winners of the competition, by far the best team. But anyway, it's a FA Cup final to come in the next episode before we have a full season roundup and potentially look at some transfer targets for next summer as we look to bounce back in the Champions League, as we want to win the biggest competition that there is to win in club football. But that will do it for today, guys. I'll catch you for the next episode very soon, and peace.